What's up, everybody? This is Sparks Comics here. Just want to break down another new comic book day for you. Also go over some mail calls that I got recently. So I'm just going to dive right into it. Let's start with this pile here. So these are just the mix, mostly Marvel, and I got one free comic book day thing in here. I picked up the Critical Role free comic book day from Dark Horse Comics, so I haven't checked this out yet. Hopefully it's pretty good. I got the Strange Academy #2 second printing. Pretty cool. On the cover they've got the logo of the Strange Academy, so that's pretty cool to see. Got Amazing Spider-Man #46, which again is continuing a little bit on that dark path, but some interesting things are happening here. And if you're not reading this already and you're a Spider-Man fan, you should get on the run, starting with the Sins Rising story and then picking up, I think it was in 45 and now into 46. Next couple issues I think are going to be really good Spider-Man issues. And I know a lot of people have said this whole run by Nick Spencer's been not that great. I've loved it because there's always some Spidey kind of shenanigans going on throughout the story. But where it's headed now is headed in a darker direction for Spider-Man, which I really like that's happening. So check it out. I have a feeling they're gonna kill somebody off in the next couple issues. I think 49 is gonna be where that happens, and then 50 is gonna kind of be some aftermath of that. But we're gonna find out in the next couple months. Also picked up Ghost Spider #49, number 9. Speaking of 49, Ghost Spider #9. Glad to see Ghost Spider back on the shelves. This is a really cool cover of Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider with Gwenom in the background, and though obviously this does not happen directly in the book, it does seem like she loses her temper at some point and just Gwenom comes out. So I really hope that they delve into the Gwenom side of this a little bit more. And maybe, I thought I heard the book's ending at issue 10, so if that does happen, I'm hoping that it picks up in a Gwenom book. That would be awesome. I haven't heard that that's happening, but that would be really cool to see. The rest of the books, I've got Marauders #11. I was considering stopping this book because they killed off Kitty Pryde, and some cool things happened in this issue, so I don't want to spoil it. But if you're a fan of the Marauders, you're a fan of her, check it out. It's got some good stuff going on. The rest of these books are from the Empire event. So I got Avengers tie-in for Empire #2. They're in the Savage Land. Cool things going on. Swamp Thing is always a cool character to see. X-Men 3 out of 4 for the Empire tie-in. This has been really cool. Some cool things happen in this. I am actually planning on stopping reading a lot of the X-Men books that I've been reading, except for Marauders. So this is really cool. It's kind of making me not want to do that, but I'm still probably going to do it. I'm reading too many books right now. Captain America #2. Been cool if something interesting like this happened in this book, but they just building up to last issue big battle, and that's where the cool things are going to happen. So kind of a filler of a filler. So it was okay. If you haven't been reading that mini series within the Empire event, don't really recommend it. But it's been interesting seeing Captain America working with just kind of regular troops again. So from that aspect, it's cool. From the aspect of anything worthwhile is going to happen in this series, probably not. And then the main event, Empire #5. So my store actually didn't get the cover A's in, or they were damaged. Something happened. But so they filled my order with this variant. I'm actually kind of happy they did that, because this is a pretty cool variant of She-Hulk. Still haven't seen this whole immortal She-Hulk thing happen yet. She's still, there's a little bit of a spoiler, but she's still possessed by a Kotati. So maybe next issue. I think next issue is the last issue, so hopefully we see something happen with that soon. I know there is the Immortal She-Hulk book coming up soon, and as far as that goes, I mean, obviously they're calling it that for a reason. Right now she's still technically dead, so I hope we see something happen. So that's the first pile. Let's go with some Venom books. I picked up another Free Comic Book Day Spider-Man. From what I understand, CGC is calling this the first appearance of Virus, just saying it was distributed after Venom 26. So I've been stocking up on these. One, because it's free. Every time I go to my shop, I can get one until they run out. But two, Stegman killed it on this cover. His depiction of Venom is one of my favorite depictions of Venom. There's been some really good ones. He's up there. Two, we got a cool Spider-Man story going on in there. But this is Virus's first appearance. Donny Cates said it, and I'm going with that. The other cool thing I found was the on sale Wednesday variant for Venom 26. Didn't expect to see that at this point, but one of my stores had it this week, so figured why not pick it up. Wasn't a big fan of the on sale Wednesday covers, but what I'm thinking is, what if I get someone to draw on this cover? There's plenty of space for maybe some sort of remark to occur. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think I should do with this cover, because I think a remark is what this cover needs. And the whole idea of the on sale Wednesday thing, you know, the beef between Marvel and DC about you move the books to Tuesday, on sale Wednesday's the classic comic book day. So I don't know. I like it. I don't like it. Second appearance of Virus, first distributed appearance of Virus. So I picked it up. Not bad price. This one I couldn't pass up. That the price wasn't exactly what I was hoping, but I like my store, so I picked it up. $7 for the second printing of Venom number 6, where Eddie Brock and Venom are back together. So that was pretty cool. I picked up the first printing somewhat recently too, so I've been picking up a lot of this this series here, and I hope I get to find more of it and can read through that whole series. And then of course the big one, picked up Venom 27. Got this one from one store, and I got one of each from my main comic store. I just want to take a moment to appreciate how awesome this art is. If I compare it to some of the other top covers that I have for Venom, this just blows those out of the water, in my opinion. Stegman did an amazing job, and so I'm going to be looking for more of this cover over the next little bit before someone makes it crazy high priced, because a lot happens in this issue. We see Codex finally. We get this team of, these are going to be spoilers, remember, spoilers. But this book got spoiled before it even came out, thanks to the Key Collector comic app. So screw them for posting that stuff. Screw the people who sent it to them to post it, because we don't want to find out what's happening in cool comics before it happens. I want to read this book and not know that this is, in fact, Kodak's first appearance, because there was really a strong possibility that it wasn't going to happen until 28. And then I also want to not know, that an Agent Venom from another world appears in this, and the identity of that Agent Venom. I didn't need to know that stuff beforehand. And so, while I didn't take a look at the images themselves, it was all over social media. The app just freaking spoiled it all. So, cool story. Thankfully, I stayed away from the biggest part of the spoiler, but that app needs to stop that. It does not need to be spoiling our favorite books, does not need to be trying some insider trading information by making people pay to find out what book's gonna be hot because there's first appearances in it, so that those people can buy cheap and sell high. That's not allowed. I know Donny Cates is looking into it because he's pissed about it. Thanks to Old Man Venom for letting him know about it. A couple other people kind of threw the information to him too. So hopefully something happens about that and there's some retribution for that, because that's not gonna fly. I want to read a book and not already know what's going to happen in it. That's just my little rant on that, but holy crap, that book was amazing. Now that it's been out, I feel we can talk about it. But several days before it's out, let's not go there. Moving on. So this was also a big indie week for me. I missed this before, had my store order it. Die number 11, second print. I still got to get the first print of it. I missed that somewhere along the line, but that's a cool cover. Let me show that again. Stephanie Hans did a great job on this cover. Her art often incorporates the color red a lot, and we see that again happening in this cover. Story for Die has been so good so far. If you haven't read it, pick up the trades, catch on up, and start picking up the book. Another ongoing series that I've been reading, Something is Killing the Children. Number 9 came out this week from Boom Studios. Boom has been producing some major good titles. James Tynion IV wrote this one. I'm not a big horror fan. That is my favorite indie book that has come out in the last couple years. And I say that with knowing that I have 2 new indie books that I'm really loving. 2, Firepower, which I dropped a review on Instagram recently. Fantastic. And then another one that came out this week, 7 Secrets. Fantastic. So Boom's killing it again. This is from Tom Taylor and Boom Studios. 7 Secrets. Picked a copy up at each store that I went to, and picked up the 1 per store thank you Virgin variant of the main cover art. Pretty cool. There's one other cover I want to get, the Enoch Lee one, so I'm going to look for that one and pick that up soon, hopefully. Now, some other interesting things that I found this week. Let's start with this. So I read Firepower number 1 and 2, and I loved it. Loved the story. Loved the intrigue that was there, and I didn't quite understand who some of the characters were, though. So there was a prelude that came out and I saw it last week on New Comic Book Day. Said, it's a trade, it's got a lot in it. I'm already picking up a ton of stuff right now. I'll pick it up next week, so I did. Here it is. Just read through this thing, and a lot more makes sense now. Granted, you don't need to read this to understand what's going on. You kind of pick it up in Firepower 1 and 2, but this adds so much supplemental information that is really great, and getting to understand what happened while he was training and learning the firepower, it's pretty cool. And so the other thing I picked up, Farmhand 14. So I don't read Farmhand, but my friend on Instagram, and he's over here on YouTube as well, Super Paloma Bros, Shane, he had written a haiku in this. I guess they had requested some poetry or something to be sent in to them to publish in the letters column. So in the Grassroots letters column, here he is, the bottom corner here. Pretty cool haiku, and it's farm themed. So they were pretty excited to receive this. Gardening is life, patience is to love and grow, then you'll feel complete. So that was his haiku that he submitted in there. It's pretty cool to see that pop up in a book. So I picked that up because of that. I've heard the story for Farmhand is excellent, but I can't delve into another story that's already 15 or 16 issues in now. At this point, that'd be too much catching up to do. So another part of this was my mail call. And so I had put some pre-orders in for some books. One of those books was Venom 25's second print. Heavily putting into this cover because, one, this is the splash page from Venom 25, in which we see Codex. Virus is on the back of the cover, but this sick null half head there is freaking phenomenal. We have what is rumored to be a Celestial, potentially, there, and let me just pull this out of here, because the art on this is just phenomenal. Again, I believe this was Stegman that did the splash page. So on the back here, we see the Maker in his portal, which we have now seen in the book. We see Virus here unmasking, so that's got to be happening soon, right? We had a great battle in Venom 27, but we still don't know who Virus is. There's a lot of speculation out there that it's Lee Price. There's speculation that it could be Eddie's father, speculation on a number of past people that have interacted with Venom, and that makes sense because this character has it out for Venom. Really is trying to get him, and something interesting in Venom 27 that happened was the Virus said that if he came out of his suit, he would die. So that actually lends me to think maybe it is Lee Price, because Lee Price had I believe it was his spine that was just ripped out of him by Carnage to collect the Codex. So from that perspective, makes sense that it could be him. However, knowing how Donny Cates writes things, he's probably not just going to be that straight up obvious with it. The Goblin Glider thing, that's obviously a red herring. It's not the Green Goblin. It's not Norman Osborn. Norman's a little busy actually right now over in Amazing Spider-Man. He's been over at, he's been keeping himself busy. And we know that the Green Goblin is coming back, so I don't think that virus could even remotely have a chance of being Norman Osborn. Another book that I picked up, I didn't want to get too crazy with all of the covers that were coming out for Venom 26, Venom 27, this cover by that person from this place, but I love Inukli's art, and so I picked up the trade variant of his covers solely for the purpose of his killer art on this cover for Codex. It's a shame that Codex didn't show up in number 26 because it's a lot of covers with him on it. But it's a cool cover nonetheless. Now, I often preach on, over ordering things, but Peach Momoko has done a lot of cool covers, and I think I found my favorite by her. So I put in 2 orders of her Venom 26, Virgin, and Trade, which, obviously not much of a difference between the Virgin and the Trade. And there's my other set. Maybe I'll try to do something where I get those to somebody at price if someone missed out that's looking for it. I haven't decided what I'm doing with the second set yet, but I don't need to keep it forever. But there's something interesting that I noticed when I pulled these out. And there's no difference between the Virgin covers, but in the trade covers, this Venom is a darker red. This one's more of a orangish red. So I think the printer might have been running out of ink on this copy. I don't know. It's a little weird, but cool nonetheless if that actually is an error, a printing error of some sort. If any of you have come across that, let me know, because I doubt it's a real printing error. I think they just ran out of a little bit of ink, and maybe there's only a couple issues where they messed this up. But across the cover, I don't know how well this shows up on here, but you can see in the bottom corner that the color doesn't match there either. And then there's the 2 covers a little bit closer for you. I don't know. People go crazy over little errors that they find. I'm not making it anything more than just a curiosity of what's going on. We know the market does some crazy things. Venom 27 had the 1 in 100 printed underneath of the trade dress for the John Boy variant. And while sure, I wish I had that because it's selling for several $100s, I didn't really care for the 1 in 100 that much, and I didn't get in on the John Boy covers when they started originally, so that's not for me. That's not part of my collection. I always talk about collecting what I love. This is what I love. Empire's been a great story. That's why I collect that. Spider-Man and Venom are always going to be a key part of my collection. And so whatever's going on with them, whether it's a solo title, a joint title, they're part of some other title, I'm going to get in on that. And lately I've been trying to find some indie books that I really love. And so that's why I have what I have. If you're not collecting what you love, comic collecting can become something stressful for you. I gotta get on this next drop, gotta get on this, gotta get these so I can flip them and sell them for double, triple, quadruple the price, and it's not fun then. So I'm gonna keep collecting these things because these are the things that I love. Spider-Gwen, I have a feeling maybe ending soon. I thought I heard that. But if she sticks around, I'll keep collecting her books. I love some of the younger heroes as well. You know, Miles, he's part of, for me, if I say Spider-Man, I mean all Spider-Man books. So Spider-Man for me is Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Woman, Silk. Silk gets to have her own book again. That would be awesome, Marvel. I know it's probably not a high seller, but I think we need her to have her own book, or even like, hell, Silk, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Woman having team-ups. Bring that into the Marvel universe. But that's all I want to talk about today, guys. If you like this, if you like to see these hauls, see the mail calls, let me know below. Click subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video and check out everything else that I've put out so far. If you have some cool ideas for me of things that you'd love to see, if you want to see more of what's going on in my room here, want me to review more things on the channel, let me know and I'll work on it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.